Ladies and gentlemen, I am most touched to have been asked by Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand and CPA Australia to address you today at the World Congress of Accountants. And I'm only so sorry that I cannot be with you in person. I'm glad to say, however, that I'm represented at the Congress by Jessica Fries, Executive Chairman of my A4S project. Now, I hesitate to mention this, but I rather hope that my remarks might possibly encourage you to seek her out in order to discover how you can take some action. I understand that one of the central themes you will be discussing is purpose, and I would like to take a few moments of your time, if I may, to say why I believe that sustainability is central to the purpose of accountants. As you may be aware, in 2015, the United Nations ratified 17 global goals for sustainable development. These sustainable development goals provide a vision for the future, a vision around which action can be mobilized, where we put nature and society back at the heart of our considerations. The SDGs call for leadership and practical action from both the public and private sectors. And there is an extremely compelling business case for organizations to deliver the goals. Indeed, it has been estimated that achieving the SDGs will open up $12 trillion of market opportunities by 2030. Of course, the cost to society, business, and the finance community of not achieving a sustainable future is far greater. Now, I fear I've reached the point in my life where, having tried for so long to warn of the consequences of failing to take the necessary action soon enough, I begin to despair of what we are bequeathing to our grandchildren. Already, we are facing a truly terrifying combination of risks, such as accelerating climate change, water scarcity, ecological degradation, unsustainable population growth, and increasing inequality. And these risks are exacerbated by a projected increase in global temperature, which, without action, climate scientists have warned could rise on average by nearly 5 degrees above pre-industrial levels by 2100, and are set to continue to rise until we achieve a net zero carbon world. Now, 5 degrees would make many parts of the world virtually uninhabitable, not only for us humans, but also for many of the vital species which share this planet with us. And having recently visited the hurricane-devastated islands of the Caribbean, and incidentally those of the Pacific Ocean, equally devastated by cyclones, whose populations are now struggling on the front line of catastrophic climate change, this terrifying prospect is becoming increasingly possible if no drastic action is taken. And ladies and gentlemen, the impacts of these events are not just social. They also have severe economic effects. Earlier this year, I visited the Great Barrier Reef and heard at first hand about the effect of rising sea temperatures on coral bleaching. Deloitte has calculated that the total economic, social, and icon asset value of the reef is $56 billion. You can understand, therefore, why the report's authors call the reef too big to fail. So, ladies and gentlemen, if the accounting profession is truly to have purpose, the time to act is now. The IFAC Code of Ethics states, a distinguishing characteristic of the accountancy profession is the responsibility to act in the public interest. Surely there is nothing more central to acting in the public interest than creating a sustainable future. Better accounting must be part of the response. Well, I set up my Accounting for Sustainability project, A4S, back in 2004 to make sustainable decision-making the norm. And one of the first areas tackled was reporting. A4S launched the International Integrated Reporting Council in 2010 to develop a reporting framework that shows the connection between the strategy that an organization is pursuing and the often hidden social, human, and natural capital upon which it depends. Needless to say, I'm delighted at just what a success it has been. And building on this work, I'm thrilled that A4S played an important part in the establishment of the Natural Capital Coalition, which is focused on ensuring that the true value of nature is placed at the heart of decision-making. More recently, A4S helped to inspire the creation of the Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures, which I understand is having a significant impact on the disclosure of climate-related financial risks and opportunities to the market. But, of course, reporting this information is not enough, and that is why integrated thinking and management has been central to A4S's work since its inception, most recently through the launch of the A4S CFO Leadership Network in 2013. I need hardly say I'm so pleased to have seen the network, which is now expanding globally, develop practical tools that help organizations to embed sustainability into decision-making. None of this, ladies and gentlemen, would have been possible without A4S's Accounting Bodies Network, which celebrates its 10-year anniversary this year. Members have supported the work of the IIRC, the Natural Capital Coalition, and the CFO Leadership Network, and have signed up to 5 principles, including undertaking thought leadership to engage current members and embedding sustainability into training. You might indeed want to consider doing this yourself if you are to attract the finance professionals of the future. Now, as the world moves towards the adoption of sustainable business models, with those organizations which find ways to use natural resources in a sustainable, circular way being the ones which uncover new opportunities and reduce their risks, companies are going to require ever more robust data on which to base decisions. Who is better placed than accountants to provide them with this information? But I am afraid to say that if accountants do not step up to the plate, organizations will be forced to go elsewhere for this information, seriously jeopardizing the future of the accounting profession. Now, I am not suggesting that this transition to a sustainable future will be easy. The most important ones never are. It will require every one of us to work together to future-proof our economy, our organizations, and ultimately our very survival. The first step, however, does not need to be hard. Speak to A4S or members of its Accounting Bodies Network, and you can find out how to do it.